What is up, everybody? I am going live. Right when I go live, though, someone's taking a shower or something above me, but whatever. So sorry about the sound. Oh, there you go. Perfect. All right. Yeah, if you guys are coming in, I'm not gonna do a very long live stream, just because I have a lot of stuff to do today. I'm actually going to be doing a vlog today for you guys. So today's the next vlog. It's gonna be a workout vlog, morning vlog kind of. So before I even get to the morning part of the vlog, wrong one. So before I even get to the morning part of the vlog, you guys are gonna have seen this live stream. So yeah, yep. See if anyone comes in today. Again, it doesn't matter if someone comes in or not. I'm gonna do one a week, every week. I've been uploading videos, but yeah. So this live stream is before I did my morning vlog. Because vlog, you do like clips throughout the day. So I have to do a little piece in the beginning. How I feel when I wake up. I might skip that because I'm doing the live stream, but I'm gonna go through with what I'm eating today. I got a workout later, and tonight I'm actually going to a concert in San Diego, so I'll be doing a little bit of that too over there. Show you guys if I can. If they're not gonna trip on it, a little bit of the concert. Yeah, so that'll be pretty cool. Yep, just busy day today. Because San Diego is about what, an hour and a half, 2 hours away, about 2 hours. The drive's gonna be pretty long. Yeah. So right now I got my coffee. I got the chat right in front of me. Oh, is that the chat right there? Okay, cool. That's pretty cool. I'm using the front-facing camera right now, so I actually don't even need this right here. This doesn't look too bad either. Looks pretty good. So if I'm looking down, you guys, it's just because I like this actually a lot better. I was using the rear camera. I was using the rear camera for a little bit just because I thought it looked better, and it probably does, but because this phone is so good, the front camera doesn't look that much different. Yeah. So actually, let me stream this. Let me link this. I'll share this real quick. Let me see what it looks like when I share it. I got a big old cup of coffee right here. Yeah, I know it's a lot of coffee. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for the concert later. And I'm not trying to keep it too silent, because if some of you skim through this later on after it's all said and done, I don't want you to be like, why wasn't he saying nothing? Because if I don't get anyone coming in, then. But yeah, I got a concert later on. That's going to be pretty fun. The concert's a Snow the Product. If you didn't know, she's a rapper. I don't want to just say rapper because she makes music that's not just rap. I hate to describe this in the wrong way, so I'll just do it my best, but she has like a lot of heavy Spanish influence. For example, she raps in Spanish and English, but her style of music is also very heavily Spanish influenced, but she also has like a backpack style of rap as well, which I don't mean that in a bad way. I know some rappers can use that as in a derogatory way, but she can be like rapidy when she wants to be rapidy. What the hell happened there? It dropped on me, but I'm about to drink this coffee. I'm not trying to get too hyper. It's gonna wake me up though. Wake me up. Yeah, but a pretty good day today. I would say generally, overall, I'm very happy. I have small issues that I always take care of. Things that I notice about myself. I'm talking about very subtle things. What's wrong with this? Yeah, very subtle things. And I know I'm talking vaguely because I don't want to just like start giving out a bunch of info about my life. Some things are just things that I don't want to just keep talking on, but you know, there's subtle things that how do I say that? That I go through. They're not big things, but they're feelings, emotions, every day, day to day, about lots of things, my career, or, but you know, generally, I can 100% with confidence say that I'm happy. Um, Now, I'm not happy every single second of every single day, but generally, I'm happy. I feel like I have a lot of good outlets. Um, More and more, I write music. I practice dance. I like, because I've never been the best dancer, but I'm not like someone without complete rhythm. I think anyone who can, it's weird. I have a weird, not like, how do I say, a proposal, but a weird hypothesis, I guess. But what's up? Is anyone coming in? What's up? How you doing? Just drinking coffee. If you have any questions, ask me. Fitness related, not fitness related. If you're not one of the people that are popping up in the stream lately, you can let me know where you're from, your name. Last time there was someone from Malaysia, I think, and then there was someone from, I don't know, somewhere else. But yeah, we get people all over. Yep, just drinking coffee. It's really strong. You drink coffee? My bad. I'm about to die on midstream. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there. I almost died though. Holy shit, man. You know when you drink something and like, this sounds horrible when I say this, but it goes down the, well, I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not even gonna say that. It goes down the wrong, like, you know what I'm trying to say, but that's what happened right now. Basically, I almost died. But yeah. But as I was saying, I could generally say I'm a happy person. I couldn't always say that before. You know how, I don't know who's watching, but would you consider yourself a happy person? Sometimes a lot of it can be in the person's mindset, you know? They're just not happy, and they're just a negative person and they got to work on themselves. That's one category where, you know, there's nothing really bad happening. They're just constantly like, it doesn't matter what happens, they're just in a negative mindset. And I'm not going to pretend to know what's going on there, but it's something that they probably need to work on up here. Then you have the category of people where there's actually shit happening. Like there's real stuff happening. Like a family member died, they're going through a horrible breakup, like their SO cheated on them, or maybe they got into a bad car wreck and they're dealing with a life-threatening injury. Those types of things, you know. So those people have something that they can actually say, well, that's not normal and that sucks. I'm not trying to compare. I'm just saying, you know. Then you got people who are happy, you know, and then you got people who are like in the middle. I would definitely say I'm happy right now. There are little things I struggle with, but it's not a lot, you know. I'm trying to be grateful for everything that I do have. I don't want to sit here and, you know, bitch and complain and moan when I have good things, and then when I don't have good things, be like, I wish I had those good things, and when I have those good things again, complaining about other. You know what I'm saying? It's like a vicious cycle where when am I ever content? You know. Um, so the fact that I have this awesome phone to do this live stream, the fact that I have a YouTube channel, you know, I don't get millions of views, but that's largely due to my fault. You know, I haven't been consistent. By my standards, I'm just kind of counting me starting like, what was it, a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I had like a month break. So I kind of take that as day one, you know. If I look at it like that, I'm starting a channel with 2,800 subscribers. That sounds really good, you know. But I just got to tell myself if I take a break, it's like I'm restarting because people, they're just not used to my content, you know. Like yesterday, I put out a video that was only 7 minutes. Pretty simple video. I think people like stuff like that, like real digestible forms of content. Then other people, they like the 30-minute vlogs, you know. But it just depends. It depends what type of person you are. I've had a lot of good feedback on the vlogs. I had people tell me, "Oh, you know, that's good." People who don't even usually watch my stuff, they say, "Oh, I like the vlogs." But I know some people don't like really long videos either. You know, some people much prefer a very concise 4 to 7 minute video. Boom, tell me what I'm trying to learn, you know, about fitness, and then that's it, and I'm out. So yeah. So I'm just trying to be grateful for that. I got a working car. I got, you know, amazing friends. I've had a good couple of weeks. One thing that's been bothering me, if anything, you know, is just I hate saying this because everyone says this is like a cop out, but I have anxiety. It's like I'm always afraid of something. I'm afraid of something that's not really there, or that's not like a sure thing to happen, which is like the definition of anxiety, you know. Um, I think that's what the definition of anxiety. It's like you're afraid of a not actual fear. You know, it's not like I'm afraid of someone trying to hit me and they're in the process of hitting me, because that's fear. That's not anxiety. But you know, I get anxious by things. So I don't know. I don't know if you guys get anxious. I just realized that, and I don't like it. And I'm sure this strong ass coffee does not help that at all. But yeah. But yeah. I was about to say I don't think it's making me anxious, but I can't, you know, I'm the one drinking the coffee, like that would help. But yeah, so yeah, other than like the anxiety I get talking to people or being around people or just with people in general, um and just dealing with my own like more deeper issues, you know, because again, I like thinking, I like being really self-aware, which it's good and bad. It's definitely more good than bad, but the more self-aware I get and the more I'm just like thinking about things, the more I see the truth in that phrase, ignorance is bliss. Because everyone knows what that means, or most people do, but then it's like you hear it so much watered down that it's just a phrase that you just hear. But then when you become really self-aware, it's like you come full circle back to that statement, and you're like, you even resonate with it more, you know, after hearing it so many times. You're like, ignorance is bliss. You're like, that couldn't be more true. Because sometimes when you just stop thinking about things and you're focused on the now, when you don't know certain things, when you're just not focused on the bad, when you don't know about the bad, when you're just not dealing with that, uh, you're a lot happier. At least I am. So when I'm focusing on, you know, what I'm gonna say, or you know, or if I'm focusing on like deeper topics of like self-worth, and you know, not beating myself up for taking some time off, or for resting, you know, for sleeping a little bit longer than I should, which, you know, I should, you know, especially with someone who works out all the time. Like, I've worked out every single day this week. I boxed once already, and then I've done core every single day this week. So I got to work out right after this, actually. So yeah, it's good to sleep, you know, but it's just hard. It's like a balance of everything, you know. How much do I work? How much do I not work? And there's just a constant like tug of war inside of me. I don't know if you guys feel the same. It's like, you know, yeah, but that's just me giving it to you guys. I'm not gonna say that. I feel like everything I say can end up coming back to me. But yeah, that's giving you guys the true raw feeling, you know, or the true raw just what I'm feeling, you know. So, and those are just some of like the negative emotions that I get, you know. Mainly it's anxiety. Now, other than that, I don't really feel. I'm not depressed. I'm happy. Again, everything's going good. It's just, you know, it's a lot to think about at all times. Yeah, I'm sure you guys have felt the same thing, you know, at some point, you know, or maybe you haven't, you know. And I give a lot of credit to the people who can acknowledge that they're happy and just keep it at that, because there are so many people who, like, it's almost like they want to be the person who has some type of problem. They want a problem because they can get attention, you know. It's like, I feel like in this day and age, it's like, I don't want to say I have anxiety. Personally, me, I don't want that. I don't want to say that. I'm not trying to one up anybody. I'm not trying to take the focus on anyone. I don't want anyone to sit here and feel sorry for me or be like, poor me. I don't like it. I wish I had none of it. You know, I want nothing to do with it. It's just, it's a true fact that I feel that way about certain things. Not everything, certain things. Um, so so yeah, but for the people who do acknowledge, oh no, I don't have anxiety. My life is great. And yeah, I have nothing to complain about. I'll give you guys a lot of credit, because I bet you there are things that you could complain about, but you're sitting there saying, you know what, those aren't bad things. Those are just things that everyone has. I think you guys deserve a lot of credit. Now, I'm not trying to downplay the people who do complain, because some people do complain, you know, or they talk about their issues. Um, that's cool too. It's just, you know, it just feels like in this day and age, people, it's like almost good. It's almost good to have something wrong with you, or, you know, it's like an attention seeking thing. You know, I feel like that word anxiety is thrown around so much. I feel like it's almost like, you know, it's funny. It's like the word ignorant. I don't know if you guys have heard someone use the word ignorant. I've heard people use the word ignorant, call someone ignorant, and they're not meaning what they say about the word. They don't even know what the word means. They're saying, oh, that guy's ignorant, or that person's ignorant. But they're using it like in the way they would use like stupid or something. What's up? Anyone coming in? How you doing? Let me know how your day's going. I'm just kind of ranting. Not ranting, talking. But yeah, they use that word ignorant, and they're just like, you know, that person's ignorant, but they're not using it the right way. I'm just like, you know how ironic this is? Like, do you know what the definition of ignorant means? Like you lack knowledge in something, like you don't know something, like you're uninformed. And they're calling someone ignorant. It's just kind of weird. I don't know. It's a weird. It's just, the whole thing's weird. Yeah, I just think it's funny because it's just ironic. Again, you're using the word ignorant when you're ignorant in its usage. So yeah, as a mental twist that is, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name at all. Let me see. Said, how do you choose what your macro should be? Okay, macros, this is how okay, look. If you're talking about like, how do I say this? If you're talking about like fine tuning, like you're trying to absolutely fine tune macros, there are like specific numbers to that, obviously, but I don't like taking macros like that. this is how, because again, I think one, it's not, it's kind of a waste of time for most people. But this is what I think. If your calories are in check, so you know your calories are good, whether you're trying to cut, maintain, or bulk, and then your protein is the main macro you need to focus on. And as weird as this sounds, is I think some people focus on protein too much, but some people focus on it too little. But at the same time, ultimately, protein is very important, especially if you're on a cut and just in general. So make sure your protein is good. You know, for someone lifting, I think a safe bet is probably anywhere from 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. Anywhere in that range is good. The higher end if you're cutting, the lower end of that if you're not cutting. So once your protein is met, now for carbs and fats, I'm not sure again off the numbers off the top of my head. We put 20-30% fats and the rest carbs. Honestly, I don't pay attention to carbs and fats. To me, my main rule with carbs and fats is just don't do anything stupid. That's it. Don't go to extremes with carbs or fats. That's my rule. So again, calories in check, protein in check. Then for carbs and fats, don't go to extremes. Don't eliminate either of them and just include them in your foods and make obviously healthy decisions. You don't want your fats coming from, obviously I'm vegan, so you don't want them coming from animal products. It's not healthy, but you don't want a bunch of saturated fats and things like that. You know, you want your fats, like to me, I eat a lot of avocado. That's just what I eat. Stuff like that, you know, so if you're getting avocado, boom, that's my fats right there. You know, if you're getting carbs, you know, I'm eating, you know, some people don't like bread. I'm eating like whole grain breads and stuff like that. Fruits, that's carbs right there. Those types of things, you know. So yeah, so that's how I get it. So just, you know, so again, calories in check, protein in check. Once you have those two accounted for, carbs and fats, just tell yourself, don't go to extremes. If you find yourself not eating any fats, that's an extreme. You don't eliminate fats. Same thing with carbs. Don't eliminate carbs. If you want more raw numbers, I would say like 20 to 30% fats. You know, 25% fat, you could stick to that, 25%. Fill in the rest of the percentage of carbs with whatever protein you didn't eat. So yeah, but again, I don't think, again, macros shouldn't be. I just make sure my calories and protein are in check, and then for the other two, I just don't go to any extremes. Like, you said it sums up to 300-gram carbs and 80 fats, 200 protein daily. It's 1,200 grams of white rice a day. Is that how much the 1,200 grams of white rice is? That for the carbs, for the that you just said? Um, if that's what the carbs you just said is cooked. Oh, okay, because there's a lot of water. Yeah, that seems that seems good. Yeah, and that's if you want to eat rice the entire time. Like, I'm a firm believer in eating a wide variety of foods. I think that if you're sticking to certain foods, you're good. It's going to be harder to hit all your micronutrients. So you're not going to be hitting, you know, it's kind of like you like mixing and matching because you're just kind of covering all bases, you know? So if you like eating white rice all day, that's fine. But personally, me, I'm not like, you know, I like getting fruits in there. I like getting sometimes rice. Sometimes I like getting bread. Sometimes I like getting, you know, like a whole wheat tortilla. That's just my way. I like hitting a little bit of potatoes, you know. So that's just me. I would kind of mix and match that. But if you like keeping things simple and you just like going all rice, that's fine. Just make sure you're kind of keeping an eye on what foods have kind of certain macronutrients. You know, if you're not eating any fruits and you're only eating one vegetable, you're probably missing some micronutrients somewhere. I meant micro the entire time. So vitamins and minerals. So if you just keep an eye on that. A lot of people, if you have like a really typical bodybuilder diet and you're eating like one protein, rice every meal, and the same veggie, you're probably deficient in something. And again, you could cover it with a multivitamin, but Again, I'm not a big believer in that either. Like, I don't know. I just feel like getting it from your food, you're kind of knocking out, you're killing, like, and me being a vegan, it's a funny statement to say, but you're kind of killing two birds with one stone. It's like three birds with one stone. You're covering your bases when you get your micronutrients for food, because you're probably getting fiber in there too. So yeah, so again, my big thing is just, I like eating fruit. So I'll have like a banana, an apple. Throughout my day, I'll have a glass of almond milk, soy milk, then I'll have like a mango, maybe some watermelon. So I'm mixing all these in, and they got so many different micronutrients, lots of fiber. I'm getting my B12 super easy. So yeah, it's pretty easy for me to get that. You just kind of have to take like a mental note of that. For anyone just coming in, if you guys have any questions on fitness, anything, nutrition, you want to ask me something personally, a question about your program, if you're plateaued on a lift, you can ask me. From Moscow? That's tight, man. Hey, you know what's funny? I'm assuming you speak Russian. I'm learning Spanish right now. Uh, I think you speak Russian. I don't want to assume that, maybe. But yeah, I want to learn Russian after I learn Spanish. And I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty intimidating. It's just a very aggressive language. I think that if you're not tough, if this is like your tough level and you speak Russian, your tough level automatically just goes up. I think it sounds funny, but I don't know, if someone comes in and you're just like speaking Russian, you're just like, oh yeah, that guy's probably a hitman or something. I don't know. How's my day? Pretty good, man. Pretty good, Raymond. How about yourself? Yep, just started a little bit ago. Had some coffee. Almost choked and died on it at the beginning of the stream. I got to work out later. I got to take care. I'm going to do a vlog, so I got to be shooting some of that for the vlog. I got to go to a concert later in San Diego, so I'm seeing Snow the Product. She's a rapper. So yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. I've already been to like 3 concerts of hers, so that's pretty sick. Yep, just enjoying my day, living life, dealing with the ups and downs. A lot more ups and downs, which is great. The downs, very tiny, so that's good. How about yourself though, Raymond? Good? You got work today, or are you off on this beautiful Friday, or wherever you're from? I don't know, because I think if you're like, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but like you from Moscow, you said, I don't know what day it is where you're at. It might be Saturday or still Thursday. I have no idea. I'm not like, I could probably look that up right now. What time, what day it is. It'll tell me. It's the beautiful thing about technology these days, right? Damn, that's so weird. You're so far, man. Oh, it's Friday where you're at. It's 9:39. Whew. So, okay, so in a couple hours, it's about to be Saturday. That's a trip, man. It's so weird that, like, you're, like, in a completely different culture. Everything's just different, It's almost like another little world where you're at. Like, I'm in California, so it's probably way different out here, I mean, it's like not a stigma, but it's like funny. I guess my innate thinking of over here versus over there is like, I'm not sure of the politics over there, but obviously California is really liberal, so I don't want to say soft, but I mean, I don't know where you're from over there, what the politics are at, but it seems pretty a lot more serious over there. I don't know. Russia just gives me a very serious vibe to it. But yeah, so, oh, it's all the same? Okay, okay. Yeah, and maybe it is. It's funny that when you were saying that, I was thinking maybe it is. Maybe it's just because I haven't been over there. Uh, I acknowledge and I'm aware that I'm very ignorant to other areas. I've not been outside the U.S. I've been to different states in the U.S., but I still haven't been. I haven't even been to the East Coast. I live on the West Coast, so yeah, yeah. I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, but the UFC is going to Russia, I think, this weekend. I don't know if you follow MMA, but it's Zabit Magomedsharipov. If I said his name right, I think I did though. Magomed Sharipov, Zabit. He's a beast. So he's fighting Calvin Cater. I don't know how to say his name either. Yeah, Zabit. Let me show you guys real quick. Let me see. Should be coming up. Yeah. Yeah, but that's gonna be a crazy fight. I don't know what UFC event it is. See, boom. That was pretty sick. But yeah, it's UFC Fight Night. Did they change the event? I don't think that already happened, did it? Yeah, no, I don't think so. Oh yeah, it's Fight Night 163. Nope, it's tomorrow. But yeah, honestly, Zabit's a beast. I have Zabit. I like Calvin, but Zabit's just been on a tear. You know, it's weird. Like, do you follow MMA, man? Do you? Either of you guys? I know. I'm not sure exactly because I know Russia's a big area and there's like different sections. But Khabib's from Russia, right? Or is it Dagestan? Isn't that in Russia? I'm not sure. But yeah, Khabib's from. I mean, he reps Russia. But yeah, so is Zabit too. But he's fighting. He's OG's tight. But yeah, they got an event this weekend there. I think it's the first one there. No, maybe not. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But yeah, I'll definitely be keeping tabs on that tomorrow. Watch it if I can, if I got time. But yeah, so that was a pretty. That's gonna be a pretty good fight. Do you guys see the fight last weekend? They had two fights. They had the Canelo fight. Said this 60-kilogram guy, my grandma can beat his ass. I don't know about that, man. Zabit's he's a beast, man. Nobody wanted to fight him. The only one who wanted to fight him was Jeremy Stevens, and I know Calvin's gonna fight him in Russia, which is OG. But um, I don't know why I want these. I don't know your grandma, but I mean, I don't know. Is your grandma a professional MMA fighter? I mean, and is she like on all types of gear? Because I mean, men just have like a natural strength advantage over women on average. So yeah, I mean, you're right. I don't know your grandma, so she could be like Bruce Lee or something. But yeah, Raymond, you asked. Which is on Logan Paul versus KSI match. Honestly, I could give two shits about that. I like MMA is the only sport I follow. Like seriously, I don't really follow the other sports. MMA, if I can't watch the fight, I'm on the like live play-by-plays. I follow news channels. I keep up with people talking crap but I think I don't really care about it, to be honest. Like it doesn't, and I'm not trying to like be like a MMA elitist here. Like I don't care that they're fighting. Cool, go ahead and fight. But from like an interest perspective, like if it were like on, I would watch it. But I don't really see the reason to go out and just like look for it. You know, I mean, they're just YouTubers, right? Last time I checked, they're YouTubers, so it's not even going to be a crazy. You know, I don't really care. It's not even a good fight. It's like I have a YouTube channel I follow, Street Beefs. It's like a bunch of street fights where they're like in this little backyard. I'll just watch that shit if I want to see two like amateurs kind of go at it. You know, they have crazy fights on that stuff. So, I mean, I don't really care about some hyped up. What is it? It's just a boxing match too, right? That's not even an MMA fight. Like, I like boxing, but it's not as exciting as MMA to me. You know, so a boxing match between two people who aren't the best boxers. I mean, how real good can that really be? I mean, Yeah, so I'm not trying to be elitist. If someone likes watching it, cool. If you follow them as YouTubers, it might interest you. I don't follow either of them as YouTubers, and they're not gonna be, again, it's not MMA, so it's not like, if one of them were like a fucking Taekwondo black belt and the other one were like, someone who's boxed for 30 years or something, then I'd be like, all right, this is gonna be a little, and they were doing an MMA fight, I'd be like, all right, let me watch this. But that's not, it's whatever. I could give boring if you ask me, I guess. Again, I'm more interested in this Zabit fight tomorrow. Because again, Zabit's in the, what is it, featherweight? Yeah, 145. Yeah, so if he keeps winning, he's gonna have to fight Max Holloway. And that's, I don't know, that's an interesting fight. I mean, Max hasn't lost in 145 for a while. He just lost to Dustin Poirier like what, 4 or 5 months ago, 6 months ago, something like that. 4 or 5 months ago. But that was at 155, so he went up in weight. So Zabit's a beast, and I don't see Zabit or Max losing. So if they fight, one of them's gonna have to lose. I mean, unless it ends in a draw, but that's rarely gonna happen. So I don't know. That's gonna be a weird one. So yeah, but I don't. What about you, Raymond? What about you guys? Do you guys follow MMA, or is it just something that you kind of casually keep up, or what sports do you guys follow? But yeah, I don't really touch up on football. I'm sure you don't either if you're not from here. Uh, Raymond, I don't know where you're from. If you're from here, you probably touch up on other sports, but yeah. So I'm not that fight's, So yeah, I'm just kind of keeping up on the fights recent, because then you got the next card on UFC, which is, who is it again? It's Colby Covington versus Kamaru Usman, and they absolutely hate each other. And then on that same card, you have Max Holloway versus I think it's Volkanovski. Yeah, he's fighting him, and then there's one more fight. Oh, Amanda Nunes versus Germaine de Randamie. So yep, there's three title fights on that card. So that's gonna be a huge card, really big card. You know, OG card right there. But yeah, overall good fights. They had the MSG fight last weekend. Kind of pissed about that, the way it ended. I'm sure you guys may have heard of it. It was the fight at Madison Square Garden, with Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal. Ended in a doctor stoppage. Very anticlimactic, and it was for the BMF belt. They made a new belt for this. It wasn't even a weight class belt. It was called the baddest motherfucker in the game belt, the BMF belt. Yeah, I know, weird, but it was cool, between two guys who are probably the baddest motherfuckers in the game. And yeah, it ended in a doctor stoppage. So it's ironic that that fight ended in a doctor stoppage. It's supposed to be like a hardcore fight, like let them fucking fight, but whatever. It didn't end the way I wanted, and the person I wanted to win didn't win. So I like Jorge a ton, but it's West Coast versus East Coast. I'm West Coast all day. So yep. I mean, other than that, I've been following MMA, reading my mass issue. Yep. You said you find the match boring too. The only sport I follow are badminton and basketball. I watch MMA occasionally. Badminton, I have no idea. I've heard of that, and if I seen it, I'd probably be like, okay, I know what you mean, but I can't even contemplate that on the top of my head. I can't really picture that. And then basketball, I'm talking about very lightly follow. Like if there's like a big trade or something, I'll be like, oh, okay. Like I know that, what's his name? The ball guy, the one with the shoes. I know he's not on the Lakers anymore. I know LeBron went to the Lakers. I mean, that's pretty much a little bit of the things I can tell you. But yeah, I don't know. Just traditional sports. Like I played baseball when I was a little kid. I played football when I was a little kid. I played, yeah, just mainly those two. I never played basketball. But those just never stuck with me. Like my dad watches all the traditional sports, but I could never get into them. They just weren't, they never held my attention like MMA did. And then MMA, it's just, I don't know, it's super exciting. Like, again, look at Jorge Masvidal's last fight with Ben Askren, like a 5-second flying knee knockout. Like, I can't get that adrenaline rush from any other sport. Like, it's not even close. Boxing can't do it. To be honest, I kind of like watching wrestling, like NCAA wrestling. And some people could argue that's not really fun to watch, but I mean, when it's a good match, I think it is. I don't know. Because again, it's like a grappling, so. You're from Malaysia too. Weren't you on my live stream last time, or was that someone else? Um, yeah, weren't you on my live stream last time too, Raymond? I think it was you. If it wasn't you, then I guess that makes two people that are from Malaysia, which is kind of, yeah, I think it was you. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But yeah, I've heard of your country. Yeah. Yeah, and that's funny because I know basketball is a lot bigger sport in other countries than baseball or football is. I'm pretty sure people in other countries don't really watch baseball that much or football. Those are more like just, again, strictly American things. Um, and I know basketball's international. It's a lot bigger. Okay, cool, yeah. I remembered, yeah, I think at the beginning I was talking about that. Someone came in for a little bit and I was saying that someone, I get a lot of people from around the world, and I said, oh yeah, someone was from Malaysia last time. So now we had a Moscow, someone from England, I forgot where, no, not England, Europe somewhere. I think it was England. And then Malaysia. And then, yeah. Oh, yeah, I think last time I was asking you about your name, I was saying, because Raymond doesn't sound, is that your real name? Or is that just a name you made for YouTube? Because that doesn't, I have no idea over there. I think I asked this last time that I just assumed you were from the US because, again, that sounds like a name from over here. I figured that if someone was from a country like, or did you move over there? Were you over here and moved over there? Because that would make a lot of sense. But I mean, I'm not familiar with names. I guess I'm making an assumption, not like a mean assumption. I mean, it's just names. But yeah, it'd be like if it'd be like if like someone said a Richard Smith was from, born and raised in like India. I'd be like, Richard Smith, really, in India, born and raised? Like, that doesn't really, like, that name and India, like, I guess it just, or I could say any example, what if Brittany Johnson was born and raised in Japan? I'd be like, Brittany Johnson, what, like, how did that name, like, it doesn't really fit the culture, I guess. But again, I don't know the culture, so there could be Raymonds walking everywhere in Malaysia. I don't know. Is there, or like, how did that come about? That sounds like a U.S. name, but yeah, I'm not too familiar with all the different cultures and stuff from other places. And again, from YouTube, I've had people email me for training from all across the world. Someone in Dubai, I've had people from Canada reach out. I mean, all over the place. It's weird. The internet's just done so much to kind of branch everything together. Yeah, it's just trippy. I remember even because I'm 26, going on 27, and when I was growing up, I didn't have a phone till I was like 17, and even then, I don't remember having any internet or anything. It just was texting and calling, and I had dial-up internet at home on the computer. I remember we turned on the computer, it would make like that like weird noise, like the dial-up sound, and it took a little bit to start, and it was just like. But now it's like, not even 10 years since I had that dial-up computer? 10 years? No. Maybe about 13 years. And now I'm live streaming HD on a phone in my room. This shit's a fucking trip. To think that, that it's been like 12 years and like how far we've came. I can't imagine in another 20 years, shit, people are going to be flying like, not really just... You'll see someone flying like what, I don't know, just not, I know we won't be that far, but you get what I'm saying. Like they're already like doing more with quantum computers, and I don't know, once they figure that out and make that, you know, because, you know, computers started really big and then they got really small and they're smaller and smaller and smaller. And now we have pretty much our phones are stronger than any computer on the planet, or almost 40 years ago or 50 years ago, you know. Like 1950, our phone would shit on anything that we had, you know. Our phones now would. Uh, so I'm thinking in 50, 60 years from now, the quantum computers would have been evolved and advanced, and they're going to be real tiny. And then we're going to be able to do more with that. Like the speeds and stuff are going to be ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, just I think that when we keep pushing forward, I mean, I wonder how much I'm going to be able to live to see, you know. You said I come from Christian family, hence my name is English. Oh, okay. Religion influences people's name. I say, you're right. Islam is the official religion in my country. Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a ton of sense. Okay. Okay, cool. That actually clears everything up. Yep, you're right. And then in Christianity, there are a lot of names that are commonly used in the U.S. So that's probably why I seen that. But yeah, that makes sense. Yep. But again, culture. Yep, you're right. Uh, so are you like for religion wise, are you the minority out there? Because if you're a Christian and the majority is Islam, um, I'm sure you're the minority, right? Yeah, I'm not too religious myself. Again, I'm not even gonna try to get on that topic. I don't even want to go near that topic on this channel. Uh, I have no problem with anyone who's religious. You know, everyone can do what they want to do. You know, I'm not religious myself, and never really. It's just not involved in my life. I don't really talk about it. I don't really do it. I just kind of do what I do and just try to be a good person every single day. You know, and you know, I think morals and is a whole different separate topic. And I don't know. I like reading about philosophy, so I think that I don't think morals are always an easy subject to talk about. You know, they could be very complicated, especially when you start digging into moral systems. And I think it could be, again, a very deep subject. So I just try to be the best person I can every single day. And that's pretty much all I can do, you know? So again, I'm not really too involved in religion. Like I don't go to church. I'm just me, you know? I just do what I think. But again, I have no problem if someone else is religious, or if they believe in God, or if, you know, it's not how people are raised, you know. And I think that sometimes even too, talking about the subject can be interesting, learning about someone's point of view in that. I think that, I don't know, just where the universe started, that whole topic's a weird subject, but yeah, I don't want to get too much into that on this channel, because, you know, there's certain subjects, politics, religion, you know, people pretty much go absolutely nuts when you start talking about those things. And I've lost friends talking about those things. And not me, you know, I'm not sitting there like not being friends with someone, just people, I don't know, I've gotten older and wiser, and I watch my words a little bit more and how straightforward I am with that. Not trust me, not because if I wanted to say what I felt like I would, but I think that it's just not worth the talk sometimes. I realize that sometimes I'd rather not be blunt and just be like, avoid the topic altogether and just not even talk about it. I guess when I was younger, I would be more straightforward. I wouldn't really think or care about what reaction I would get, and that would usually lead to like an argument, or someone would get upset. And again, I didn't care then, and I don't care now. I'm just kind of older, and I don't got enough time to sit here talking with someone about that type of stuff all day. So yeah, it's not just, again, involved in my life too much. But yeah, so I focus on everything else. Again, like I said, I like reading about philosophy. I love it. It's a good topic. It's a very complicated topic. You said you're not super religious yourself. You don't go to church often, but you do believe in God. Yeah, see, and that's perfectly fine. That's pretty much, I wouldn't say I believe in God. When I tell people that, I don't look, I don't, but I don't mean that in the sense where I'm like, there are some like edgy atheists out here who sit there and blah, 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 blah. They talk that. Look, I'm not saying that I've never been there, but I'm just saying that I'm in a position where I don't know what happens after I die. I don't know. I don't remember what happened before I was born. So I don't know the answer. So my answer is I don't know. I'm not going to fill in an answer for that. So Yeah, I just don't know, and that's all I can say about that. I have no issue if someone believes in God at all, none whatsoever. And I just kind of go through my day, and I try to be a good person. If there is, there is. If there isn't, there isn't. Uh, Ironic as it sounds, is I think if there is one, I think that God wouldn't not want me to use my brain to analyze the scenario. If rationally thinking about it, I don't think a God would say, well, you're thinking about this, and because if you don't directly believe in me, I mean, I think he would probably say you're using your brain, and I don't think you're at fault. That's just my take on it. Um, but yeah, I kind of just do go through my day, and I'm not really too focused on it, but that's just how I am. Yep, you don't need religion to be a good person. Moral ethics come from yourself, I believe. Yeah, yeah, and again, on like there are some crazy, weird thought experiments of philosophy that do make you question, um, that do make you kind of question, certain things. They make you question like, what do we even have a moral system? Like when you start getting into like moral subjectivism or moral objectivism, and uh, is there truly something that's right or wrong, or do we create these constructs, or is there rights and wrong because we are? It just starts getting super crazy, and I don't think the golden rule of um do unto others as you would do unto you is always the best answer for everything. Like that's a very good answer, and I think that covers the majority of things. But you cannot say that in every scenario, because sometimes there are weird thought experiments that kind of push the envelope on that, and that doesn't hold weight in certain topics. But yes, I agree with you, Raymond. I think that a lot of the times I think that you can make rational and educated decisions and do the right thing, just kind of thinking about it and using logic. But at the same time, when there's more deeper issues there, or like very tough things to happen, I can't really come up with any thought experiments right now. But like, okay, here's a funny one. Okay, what if there's like 10 people, Raymond? What if there's 10 people on a boat? Okay, and there's one of you guys has to jump off the boat or the boat's gonna sink. Okay, but let's just say no one wants to jump off the boat. But let's just say one person there is a lot older than all of you guys. He's like 80 something. Statistically, yeah, he's probably gonna die before you. He's lived out his life. But let's just say he doesn't want to jump off the boat. But one of you guys has to jump off the boat, or all of you are gonna die. Raymond, would you consider it morally bad to push the old guy off the boat? What if all of you guys teamed up and you just shoved him off the boat? I mean, how can you say that's bad? Because, and look, I'm not saying I would or not. I'm saying this is a complicated subject for me too. I don't want to come off like I'm being like evil, but I mean, if he is the oldest one there, and he's already lived out the majority of his life, and let's just say the rest of you are young or something, and what if he doesn't want to jump off the boat? Is it wrong to push him off the boat? I mean, yeah, it sounds really wrong, but when you think about it, one of you guys has to jump off the boat, or all of you are he's gonna die regardless. So how do you like weight whether or not like, and look, it might sound weird because I'm trying to weight the remainder of their life, which might be wrong. Again, I don't know, but I mean, I based off of any rationale, would that not? I mean, if I have to pick some way to push someone off the boat, wouldn't that not be the logical thing to think? Like, we have the majority of our life left to live. It sucks to say, but you're probably gonna die within the next 20 years. Statistically, I mean, you're probably not gonna live much past 100. I know you have a family that loves you, but so do we. So we all do. So how do we weight this? I mean, if we don't push you off the boat, you're gonna die regardless, And why would I get pushed off the boat, or these people, if we're a lot younger than you? We haven't really lived our life yet. Like, in a weird way, it's like you had your chance, which sounds so fucked up. I know, but I mean, I'm talking about, this is just a weird thought experiment. How do you morally come over something like that? So that's what I'm saying. So like, you can't say do unto others as you would do unto you in that scenario, because like, well, maybe you can, because if you were older, would you want to be pushed off the boat? Probably not, but you would probably agree with the rationale. Like, I don't know. See, this is where it gets hard. That's a weird experiment. It's a weird thought experiment, but I mean, it's not something that's easy, and it, it's kind of, it's hard to think about, I don't know. There's lots of things like that. Like if there's a family who's poor, or you said, I believe we are all equal, young or old. If I were in this situation, I would jump off the boat. And that's where, okay, see right there, like I think that that's very honorable of you. I don't think that in that situation, I don't think if someone does, like in that situation, it's not more of, if someone doesn't want to jump off the boat, they're not bad. But I think if someone wants to jump off the boat, they're actually really good. So I don't think anyone's at fault for not wanting to jump off the boat, but it's almost like extra credit. Like the people who didn't jump off the boat aren't bad, but you get a lot of extra credit for jumping off the boat, like morally in a weird way. But I guess, Raymond, let me ask you this, to put like you in that position. Let's just assume you didn't want to jump off the boat. Okay. Let me ask you this. Let me tell you this. Raymond, do you have kids? What if the older guy had no kids? And what if you have kids? Does that change your perspective on it? You have kids to go back to. You have, what if you don't assume you do? Let's just say you do have kids and a wife. If you had kids that need, and what if that old guy was old and he had no kids? What if everyone else on the boat had kids? But he still didn't want to jump off? Is that not, like, when you think about it, is that not like to benefit society as a whole? Wouldn't it make more sense to push them off the boat? You see what I'm saying? Like, it sounds so messed up, man. And I know, look, if you would still jump off the boat, I mean, again, but then again, I could even argue that if you were to jump off the boat, even though you're doing an honorable thing, I guess, you're technically hurting more people. Because if he doesn't have any kids, well, no, because he could have more loved ones than you. But what if I changed the scenario and said that you have more? What if you had more loved ones? You had more friends and you had kids, and he had some close friends, but he had less than you did. Technically, if you were being honorable and you just jumped off the boat, yeah, you're saving him. You might get extra credit, but technically more people are getting hurt. So ironically, to hurt less people, the harder thing, but the right thing to do would be to push them off the boat. I know you want to be honorable and you want to jump off the boat, but I mean, if you just, I mean, to be honest, it might suck, but if you, see, that's what I'm saying. It sounds so messed up, but that's what I'm saying. It's hard to like break that down, what the right thing to do is. Yeah, it sounds like the superhero, I'm going to take one for the team, jump off the boat. But really, if you look at the raw facts in the situation that I gave you, you're hurting more people. More people are actually getting hurt if you were to jump off the boat in that scenario. You get what I'm saying? So technically, you said, if I have kids and a wife, I would still jump off the boat. It is just my moral conscience. I would not let other people just for me to live. I think he meant jump. Yeah, but see what I'm saying? So now, in a weird way, you're doing this for you. And I'm not saying this about you, Raymond. I'm saying this as the devil's advocate. I think what you're doing, that's a good, honorable stance to take. But what if someone were to tell you that, again, I'm not saying this. I don't want you to take this personally. I'm just trying to talk to give you like, but what if someone were to say that's a selfish act because you're now you're doing this for you to feel good. You're not thinking about everyone else. If you were thinking about everyone else, there was less harm done if he's pushed off the boat. You get what I'm saying? I know it would suck for you to live after that thinking I just pushed a guy off a boat, but that would be, I guess, in a weird way, the more selfless thing to do because you're hurting, your kids are going to be happier. You have more friends than that guy did, less people. And now you may, and again, it's hard to wrap my head around that. You're right, because I completely get what you're saying, because I mean, you don't want to push someone off a boat. That sounds so messed up, but technically you're doing less harm to society. Now you have a life, well, I don't know. You wouldn't be living a life if you jumped off the boat. So I don't know. Again, I'm not saying that you're doing the wrong thing. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate, and this is where it's like it gets tricky, And I think that that's a good answer. If you just jumped off the boat, I mean, shit, you'd come off as a hero. No one on the boat would feel guilty, or maybe they would because you just jumped off. But yeah, you would be answering the question for a lot of people. But like I said, I don't think it's wrong for the other people to not want to jump off the boat. If anything, it just makes you a really good person for wanting to do that. It's just kind of like a very it's a very interesting topic, and it's not easy to answer. But yeah, like another one I have would be like, what if there's a poor family, and let's just say in the moment, anyone could say, well, they need to get a job. I'm not talking about the long term. I'm talking about, let's just say they didn't, the mom didn't have a job. She made poor decisions or whatever. In this moment, she has a decision to make to feed her kids. She can either steal or not steal. Is it okay for her to steal to feed her kids? Some people would say yes, some people would say no. I don't know. If she said yes, then you got to say yes to everyone who wants to steal. And if everyone were stealing, that would just screw up society, in my opinion. Um, I don't know. I guess my innate thing would be to say no, it's not the right thing to steal. But then again, well, her kids are not going to eat. So it's like, and I'm not, look, a lot of people would try to throw in other answers like, oh, well, they can ask for food. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just, in this vacuum scenario, the only options are to steal or not to steal for food. So it's kind of like, what's the right thing to do here? You know, the kids get to eat and she steals or she doesn't. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like, I mean, someone could, honestly, it sounds right to say, yeah, let her steal for your kids. You got to do what you can to survive. But if every poor person did that, that would mess up a lot of things. It's not as, it's, yeah, in one isolated scenario, it can't hurt for one person to steal. But what if everyone had that thought process? You know, like, well, I need this stuff right now, so I'm just going to start stealing. Is on a mass scale, is that morally good? On a small scale, yeah, it might be right to steal because the store will probably be okay, but with one steal, but you can't look at it like that. If everyone, I think if everyone had that thought process, that probably would not make a well-functioning society. It really wouldn't. And it probably would not morally benefit the society overall. It would just lead to a lot more chaos and violence. Um, so yeah, it's tough scenarios. I don't know. This is stuff that, and I'm never gonna probably come across a scenario. Scenarios are usually pretty easy, you know, for me. Open the door for someone, you know, say hi, be nice, don't name call. Like most of my issues on my day-to-day basis can be kind of answered with the do unto others as you would do unto you. I mean, that's, so I'm not trying to act like I'm in weird moral dilemmas. I'm just saying that it's kind of a weird, you know, like, it's just a weird thing. Or like that one guy, who is it? I seen it on the news. You guys probably seen it. This sounds so messed up, but what if someone's drowning in a lake and someone sees that person and they don't want to help the person? Are they bad for not helping the person? Now, I know most people's answers quickly, and mine too, innately would be yes, they're bad for not helping. But are they really, if we really think about it, if you take a second and say, are they bad for not helping that person drowning? Should they be obligated to jump in and help the person? What if they don't know how to swim? What if they know how to swim and they just simply choose not to do it? Is lack of an action make them morally bad? That's where I'm not, that's where it's a kind of a weird scenario. Now, I would 100% jump. I mean, as long as they're not in some crazy whirlpool in like the lake or something, and I know I'd die too. If I knew, okay, I could help this person, and if not, I know I'll be okay, I would jump in a heartbeat. So I don't want this to be like, I wouldn't do these things. I'm just saying, is someone bad for not taking that action? I think, yeah, maybe, yeah. It sounds weird to even contemplate this because I know what I would do, but I mean, or is it just that they're good if they do and they're neutral if they don't? I don't know. This is just shit I think about all the time, Raymond. It's weird. I'm sure you think about this too. Um, a lot of people do. It's a very it's just a very weird subject. I don't know. I'm weird. I think about this shit all the time, man. I read stuff on philosophy or like I watch videos. I'm not well versed in it or anything. You know, you know, I'm not an expert by far. I'm not, but it's just good thoughts. You know, I'm always overthinking everything. That and the overthinking helps in some scenarios, and it kind of hurts in others. So yeah, it's yeah, it is a very deep subject to talk because, well, I first found out about philosophy in college, man, when I took the course. they were asking all types of weird questions, like just weird stuff. And I'm just like, it was kind of hard to wrap my head around it a little bit. And then I just liked it, you know? And then they brought up the subject of morals, and I thought it was really cool because, you know, the first main question I think I was asked was, are morals subjective or are they objective? And if they're objective, then there technically has to be something outside of you that dictates those morals if they're objective. How can morals, and again, it might go deeper than this, but how can morals be objective if the society is creating the morals, you know? There would have to be an outside factor dictating that for them to be objective, you know? So morals are subjective, but in that same sense, now there's deeper shit, like, you know, but with morals being subjective, what, is everything right or wrong? No, I think it kind of comes down to whether or not the person doing the action wants to be logical, because even if someone tried to pull the whole, oh, I'm going to kill you, because morals are subjective, and I think that that's the right thing to do, is killing people. I think that's the morally good thing to do. Well, technically, they're not being honest, because they wouldn't want that done to themselves. So in their own moral system with themselves, that wouldn't be a good thing. So now they're contradicting themselves and they're not being logical. So in that sense, logic would kind of win out. But I don't know. That's the first time one of the first times I came into contact with philosophy. And I was like, oh, if I didn't like fitness as much as I did, I would probably do something with philosophy, or maybe even like theoretical physics or something, you know, be like a theoretical physicist, you know, like that really interests me, you know, like something with quantum mechanics. I don't know. That's pretty interesting, but not really. Yeah, those are kind of just the topics that interest me. But thank you, Raymond, for stopping. Thank you for everyone stopping by. I appreciate it. I gotta start my vlog. I gotta go work out, and then I gotta head out to San Diego. So, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, Raymond. That's really nice of you to stop by. Every single time you leave a thumbs up or a comment, it helps me. I appreciate the talks. Yeah, thank you. And you're all the way from Malaysia too, so you know, all these people who aren't hopping on the stream have no excuse. But to anyone that stopped by even briefly, thanks. If you guys have any questions, you can leave them down below. You can email me, jp@jpfitnesspro.com. You can follow me on social media @jpfitnesspro. Thank you, Raymond. Thank you to anyone who left the thumbs up. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.